That's a bird. I can't see it. Nice.
No, Mama, look at this.
Sophie,
What?
do you need anything?
Mama, I don't. Just look. Just watch this. Not to me, Scott. Mama, watch this.
Yes,
Hi.
do you know these people? Enlighten me.
Possibly not. It's been a long time. I'm Scott Brown. We met about 22 years ago on North Haven.
Do you remember?
You do?
And they have a little girl, ain't she cute?
My name is Sophie.
Her name is Sophie.
And I'm 5 years old.
Hi. Were you aware, Clara, there was a dedication in your honor at North Haven last Saturday?
What?
There was a dedication in your honor on North Haven last Saturday.
Oh,
Did you hear about it?
no, tell me.
No, I have it on DVD. If you'd like to see it, I can play it for you. They dedicated a sculpture, and there was a speech by one of your former students. So this was last Saturday.
Okay. I'm Christy Hallowell. I'm the Executive Director of North Haven Arts and Enrichment, and I just welcome you all here for what I think is just an incredibly special occasion. There are a couple lessons I've learned. My remarks are going to be very quick, but there are a couple lessons I've learned that I wanted to share with you. One is, be careful what you throw away. About a week ago, I was out in the Red Barn, and there was this beautiful butterfly made by the preschool students, and I was in a hurry, and I thought, oh, we've got to get rid of some of this stuff. And then we were getting ready, and we said, a stuffed butterfly by the preschool students, that's perfect to just decorate Clara's dedication. So, lucky I didn't throw it away. I'm just very honored to be a part of an occasion that is honoring the importance of educators and teachers, or a specific educator and teacher, just because I feel that it is such an underappreciated and underestimated role in this society, and for people to take the time and effort to do this is so nice. I have one little Clara story. About a week before Clara went in over to Rockland, she did come to a senior coffee hour or senior coffee lunch. I'm not sure which it was, but she was in a wheelchair, and so she went into the preschool room and had a nice visit. And there's a picture of her there with the kids, which she loved. And then we got in the lift. Right behind the bird here is a little elevator to come up these stairs. And we got in, I think there were 3 of us, me, Clara, and maybe Dave Macy. We got inside, we started to go up, and Clara said, "Are you sure we're on North Haven?" And it was very tongue-in-cheek. But anyway, to me, this occasion marks, there's a very important message, and it's an important message to me, and I would say it's important to Clara, and I'd say it's important to the people who are honoring Clara here today, and that is that what you do and how you do it makes a difference. And even if you're one person
residents and friends of North Haven. Tom Welch and I are here today to represent almost 40 years of Clara's students in the Swampscott Elementary School of Stanley School. It's hard for us to express the impact that Clara Waterman had on us. She was such an extraordinary, gifted individual, vibrant to her students, and loved by her students. So you see, it's personal to us. I've had phone calls and emails from all over the country. People in tears about the recollection of Clara and what she has meant to them. Being with Clara truly was a life-changing experience. It was magic. If you found, for instance, a mushroom in the field, you would have thought you'd come upon a treasure trove of Spanish doubloons. After that, you could never look at anything in nature the same way. Trees, snails, fish, birds. She taught us, for instance, that there is no such thing as a seagull. And I thought, in 5th grade, this is absolutely ridiculous. And to my discredit, I think I may have said so. And in short order, she taught us, no, what you think of as seagulls, they're herring gulls, they're glaucous gulls, they're black-backed gulls, and terns, and Bonaparte gulls. She was teaching us to see, teaching us to look deeper. And that's what it was all about with Clara Waterman. I thought, if I could, I'd read just a few things that students have said to me. She taught us how to answer the telephone politely. She taught us about the wonder and beauty of the monarchs. Let the milkweed grow, she said. The monarchs need it. She taught us how to hold a garter snake so as not to hurt it and never be afraid of it. She taught us that history isn't just something you read about in books. It's real and it belongs to us. We're all a part of it. Another student wrote, I remember the lovely sound of her laughter. Clara loved to laugh. When she laughed, her whole body shook. But she never laughed at us. She laughed with us. She taught us how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply fractions. For me, a small miracle. Another student said, I'll never forget when she came to my house for dinner, and she taught all of us, including my parents, how to eat a lobster. She taught us about the early Indians and said that her brother, Franklin, had found arrowheads right near her house on North Haven. And Clara was very, very proud of North Haven. She was proud of the people of North Haven and of all her forebears. And when she would teach us about the great explorers, of whom she made everybody assume that role for a year of a different explorer, she would talk also about the coastal traders of Maine, of which her grandfather was one, I believe, right from this dock out here, he would sail. And the way Clara told it, without the cobblestones from the coast of Maine and the lumber, Boston would have been nothing but a mud puddle. It would have sunk ages ago. She told us of her friend Admiral Lindbergh, another student wrote. When we went to the Museum of Science in Boston on a field trip, everybody there knew Miss Waterman, and they treated her like a celebrity. We all felt proud of that, and we knew how lucky we were. I thought just again, all the lecturing went And that was it. And he reached her and they arranged an appointment, and his parents brought him up to Rockland. And he came out. Mother was too terrified to get on the boat, but he and his father came out, spent the day with Clara, and from then on, he has spent time with Clara all of his life. And as recently as last year, he came here out from San Francisco and spent 2 days with Clara at the nursing home. This is what he wrote. School for me was always a place of torture, all except for 1 year. I was a bright boy, but wired to think deep, long, and slow. Not much interested in competition or those things in life that were just about quickly observing, measuring, and naming things. I flunked tests regularly, from kindergarten right on through Stanford. But I would be the one who came away with the deeper knowing. Only much later, after I had flunked the tests, or not known the answer when called upon. This kind of wiring, today we misname it ADD, made my life in school in agony. Clara was the first teacher who understood this about me. I think she was also the last. In 1955, I was in Mrs. Pierre's 4th grade class. I was more than half dead from having to cope with the daily torture of school. Then one day, the prison door opens unexpectedly, and in walks Miss Waterman to ask Jen a question of some kind. In with her came a certain kind of different light. Could it be yes and faithful air? I was amazed. I was transfixed. Clara had said not much more than hello, class, but I realized that there was indeed the possibility of life somewhere in the school universe. Good life. I ran home that day with the resolve to tell my mother that I wanted Miss Waterman next year in 5th grade. My mother, realizing that this was the first time I had ever come home from school in any shape other than depressed, said she would call Mrs. Gifford, the principal, to inform her of this miracle. I had been put on the list for the other 5th grade teacher, but Mrs. Gifford, God bless her, heard my cry from the wilderness. The rest is history, a history that all of us lucky enough, blessed enough to have had Clara in 5th grade know only too well. God bless you, Clara. And this is the kind of reaction you get again and again from Clara's students. As I say, I've had people in their 80s who had Clara when she couldn't have been more than 21 or 22 years old. I'll say the same thing. This woman was a master the minute she walked in the door. She was a person of tremendous qualities, humor, unusual spiritual qualities, a powerful, wonderful person. Obviously, I could go on and on about Clara and what she's meant to all of us. But I'd like to end by first thanking Beverly Siemens, famous sculptress, for creating this beautiful sculpture that we like to dedicate to the wonderful work that you do here at Waterman's Community Center. In honor of Clara, and I have a plaque that we'd like to give you. It says, given to the people of North Haven, in honor of Clara Waterman, inspirer of children, by her former 5th grade students of the Stanley School, Swampscott, Massachusetts. She taught enthusiasm. And on behalf of all of us former 5th graders, I'd like to thank you, North Haven, for producing and sharing this wonderful, extraordinary woman with us. And I also want to say, I'm afraid you're going to have to put up with us a little more. 5th graders from Swampscott have been coming here ever since Clara began teaching there. And we're committed to helping you with the great work that you do here at the Waterman's Community Center. We're hoping to raise raise funds, and we've begun an effort to raise funds to be held in Clara's name here at the center, to be used to help children. Children were her passion, and we former children don't forget. So, thank you all. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you all very much for coming and sharing in this just incredible event. I really think it's a big deal, and I appreciate everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was great.
That's it. What do you think?
What do I think? That's great.
Glad I was able to show that to you. A lot of people who care a lot about you, and very happy to have known you. I'm included in that. Sorry, I would have brought a monarch if I had had time to capture the show. But I caught one for the Caterpillar to dub over the video there.